I think that when I can validate because of the people that I spoke to that there were people, like he said, his family, his friends, his loved ones, they were ticked off at Kevin Durant saying what he said. Their belief is that Kevin Durant, like most players in the NBA, are jealous of LeBron James and all that comes with LeBron James. Here's my position. If you want to focus on the word toxic, which I believe LeBron James more than anybody else has a right to focus on because you were talking about him, I definitely think that he has the right to be upset about it and require an explanation for that. Because to use that word, like he said, to elaborate and to explain what it meant to him, it's like you don't even want to be around that guy. He's absolutely right in order to be put off by that. But that's not what Kevin Durant was talking about. And I'm glad that he said that Kevin Durant called him and they had a conversation about it. Because what LeBron has to recognize is that LeBron is not at fault for the environment that surrounds him. But it is because of him that some people are not comfortable at times as basketball players, because it's not just about what transpires on the court. It's also about if anything goes wrong, it's you. I was just on Get Up with Damon Jones, his former teammate and coach in Cleveland and Miami and all of that stuff. What did Damon point out? He said, you're in an environment, it's not anything that LeBron is doing, but the fact that you're LeBron James and you are so great and you are so iconic, and like Kevin Durant alluded with his soliloquy about LeBron, the fawning over LeBron and what have you, that does make life uncomfortable for contemporaries, because anything that goes wrong, it's your fault. It's never his. Anything that ain't happening right, it's got to be because of you. It can't be because of him. And when you combine that with the stature of a LeBron James and ultimately what level of acquiescence it requires, you've got to capitulate to some of the desires and some of the wishes of a LeBron James more so than others. And we all understand that just comes with life. The flip side to it is that you're not at an advantage if you're the guy on the other side. So Kevin Durant was kind of explaining all of that and positioning himself as being in a better situation for a prospective star to come and play with rather than LeBron, and those reasons why. And I sort of understood where he was coming from.
I thought you articulated that well. I don't know how much I need to go over that, other than LeBron would talk about a lot of people maybe who said that, or maybe, but Kevin Durant has a lot of leverage here. Yes. LeBron, of course, who wouldn't want Kevin Durant to come and play with him? He's the ultimate complementary piece. I don't think you can build around Durant. You're going to go on a championship run. But if you have a guy like Steph or a guy like LeBron or a guy who can run your offense, then there's no greater weapon maybe ever than Kevin Durant, who's not only one of the greatest scorers ever, but incredibly efficient as a scorer and also plays defense and has elevated his defense to, elite. He's a great, great player in his prime. I think about The Wire. When Proposition Joe, remember he told Marlo was about to kill him. Right. And he told Marlo, I treated you like a son. Remember what Marlo said? I wasn't made to play the son. Mm-hmm. That's what the dynamic I see here. LeBron is like, maybe not like a son, but that's the basic gist, like, what's going on? And KD's like, I'm coming for you. Essentially, that's how I read this. Mm-hmm. Like, hey, come play with me. No, I'm coming for you. Mm-hmm. KD's not Marlo, though. He's not the man. He's a balance of power player right now in the NBA because he's a free agent. Right. Because where he goes, that could be the team. But he's not the man. And the reason, when you say jealousy, people around LeBron think there's jealousy around him, the reason LeBron is 10 times the star that anyone else in the NBA is because he is on his own level. Don't get it twisted. Do not get this bent. KD is a great player in his prime. So is Kawhi, so are a lot of others. There is LeBron James, and there is everyone else.
I got a question for you, but I'm going to listen.
And like, they can recognize it or not, but it's the truth.
Max, you're kind of taking it as KD's coming for LeBron's spot, but Stephen A., I took it as I'm going to be trying to recruit against you.
Yes.
We've been hearing rumors
that's what
like,
he's saying. That's what Max is saying. That's what Max is saying, too. That's what Max is saying.
I thought you were saying more, I'm trying to take your spot. No, I'm trying to get the marquee free agent for the Clippers while you're with the Lakers.
But that's coming for you. In other words, KD's like, I'm going to get my team and get a crew.
Let me take this conversation to a different place. And it's not taking sides or anything like that. But let's talk basketball from this perspective. Because I love what you just said when you talked about you on your own level.
Right.
Fine. You know something, Max? We weren't saying that about LeBron before he arrived in Miami. Before he arrived in Miami, as great as he were, we were not saying that about him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about the specific words that you're on your own level.
Right.
You know, he had levels to get to.
Yeah.
But we weren't saying that. So he gets to Miami, and now we say that. Well, guess what? We might not have been saying that about KD either. But he's in Golden State now. And let me remind you, because you pointed it out, Kevin Durant, career, Molly, career, 27.2 points, 7 rebounds, 49% shooting from the field, 38.3% from three-point range. Those are numbers incredibly comparable to LeBron, not to mention the fact that now he's a reigning two-time champion. I know he's got Steph Curry. You understand? And I know that Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, the combination of the two is different than what D-Wade and Bosh. All I'm talking about in terms of the circumstances, not arriving until you arrive someplace else, is just as applicable to LeBron to some degree as it is to KD. Go ahead.
No, I don't think it is. LeBron James, there was a good argument, was already the best player in basketball, including Kobe Bryant, Tim Duncan, and everyone else when he was still in Cleveland, but he didn't have the rings. People got mad because he formed a super team in Miami and started winning rings. And early on, it was apparent he still wasn't ready. Like that first championship run, they got stopped by the Mavericks.
Which is why he wasn't the best in the world.
That's fair.
Okay.
That's fair. And then he elevated, and then he took a Cleveland team that was undermanned to the finals every single year. It was ridiculous, and even upset this incredible Warriors team. All KD has done on a championship level is join maybe the best team of all time and make them even better. That's all he's done so far. That's why there's talk about maybe him going somewhere else.